Hi everybody, it's Chris and welcome back to another video. Thank you very much for joining me. Now I've realised that I post quite a lot of stuff which is around the 1970s, which I think is the best decade for music by a considerable distance, but I do show some stuff in the 1980s too, but I did realise that I don't really show anything from the 1960s, and I do have a reasonable number of 45s from the 1960s, for example, so I guess I should show those. And I started to think, so where should I start? And I think the best place to start probably with the 60s is the year I was born, which is 1963. So these are 20 of my kind of favourite tunes from 1963. There are probably lots of others, so like all record collections, mine is a work in progress, so I'm going to be missing some songs, but hopefully you'll tell me what those are, tell me what your favourites are, and pop it in the comments below. Anyway, here's my top 20 from 1963, the year I was born. So at number 20, I've gone with a Joe Meek production on HMV Records, and this is The Return of the Outlaws by the Outlaws, which is a band that features a very young Richie Blackmore, my favourite guitarist from Deep Purple. That was one of his early sessions, as was this one, So Just Like Eddie by Hines on Decca Records from 1963. At number 18, got to have a bit of Dusty Springfield, I Only Want to Be With You, which has been covered numerous times, I think, by lots of different artists, but that for me is the definitive version of it. Next up, sadly it's in a kind of really awful Dutch picture sleeve, but the original came out in 63. This was a duo, an American duo, who I think predate the Beach Boys. I think Brian Wilson wrote a few songs for them before Beach Boys produced their first album. It's Jan and Dean and Surf City. What a horrendous cover. But anyway, Surf City by Jan and Dean. Keeping that surf kind of theme at number 16, we've got the Shantays and Pipeline, very famous instrumental from them, as is this one, which is the Safaris and Wipeout, also on London Records. I think this is a classic case of kind of cashing in on a sound, and this is a pretty one-hit wonder band, I would have thought, the Safaris. But anyway, at number 14, we've got English Mersey beat group The Searchers and Sugar and Spice on Pie Records. And at number 13, gone with Bobby V and The Night Has a Thousand Eyes, classic song, again from obviously from 1963. At number 12, the Dave Clark 5 and Glad All Over. There we are, the hits of the Dave Clark 5, picture sleeve, mono copy, nice stuff. At number 11, this guy has got just one of the most amazing voices in music, I think. This is on RCA Records, slightly lesser known song than some of his more famous things, but a brilliant song and a fantastic voice. Sam Cooke and Another Saturday Night. Great stuff. We're going across the channel, at least across the channel from here to France, for the next one at number 10. This is my top 10 singles from 1963, and at number 10 we've gone with Francois Hardy, and this is Le Premier Bonheur du Jour. Is that the first luck of the day, I think that translates as. At number 9, and she had a beautiful voice, Francois Hardy, and I think French is an amazing language. It's beautiful to listen to, and it's beautiful when it's sung by someone with such a voice like that. At number 9, this is a Liverpool band, and are very much associated with Liverpool because, yeah, I'm not a football fan, but I do know that when Liverpool play, before the team come out, they sing a particular song, and that song is You'll Never Walk Alone, which is Jerry and the Pacemakers. So that's a great tune on Columbia Records. At number 8, I think this band may well be another one-hit wonder. I don't know of anything else they've done, but Rhythm of the Rain by the Cascades. Don't know anything about them on Warner Brothers. I don't know where they come from or if they did anything else. At number 7, the Swinging Blue Jeans and Hippie Hippie Shake on HMV. I think that was a fairly early 1963 single, I think. And at number 6, this is a cover version, and a good cover version. The original, was it the Contours that originally did it? It was a sort of Motown production, I think, or certainly a band associated with Motown. I think it was the Contours, but anyway, it's Do You Love Me by Brian Poole and the Tremolos. And I do really like that version. I don't know if it's the definitive, and that's another song that's been covered by numerous artists to great effect, because it's a great tune, really good tune. So we're into the top 5. So at number 5, this is a Phil Spector produced song. This is Do Run Run, Do Run Run by the Crystals on London Records. Great stuff. And in a kind of a similar vein, we've got One Fine Day by the Chiffons on Stateside. And again, in similar kind of vein, on London Records again, Be My Baby by the Ronettes, which is a wonderful tune. That's another Phil Spector produced song and written. And so we're into the top 2. Now, this was the year that I think these 2 bands broke, and one is still going. And they're at number 2. At number 2, is this the debut single? I'm not sure if it is. It must be very close. It's a Chuck Berry cover. The Rolling Stones and Come On, which is a great song. Love that, on Decca Records. I think that could be their debut. I'm not sure. I'm sure someone will tell me. And the last song, so number 1 in my 1963, this was obviously the year that broke this band, the most famous band in the world. And I prefer this era of the band to kind of later in the 60s. So we're talking about the Beatles, and I prefer the pre-Revolver stuff to the post-Revolver stuff. And I think Please Please Me is a fantastic tune from 1963. That's my number 1 song on 45 from 1963. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'm sure I'll be back sometime soon with another 1960s 45 vid. Cheers, bye.